Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Flosstube number 34. I am Brianna Lenz and I am so glad to be back hanging out with y'all. I've kind of been radio silent on social media and it's just been a lot. The last time that I recorded, I thought that things would go a lot differently, but April was a rough month for us. There was just a lot going on and I don't know, first our dog died. Remember Rowdy died, and I think that was within like a day or a day of him dying, and then there was just like a bunch of other stuff that just happened that was really dismal. And you know, we've been really fortunate and haven't had many dismal things happening, but April was just rough. Just a lot, but it was also like we had a lot of fun things happen as well, so like it was just busy. It was just incredibly busy, but it was also just, like for a week and a half, I went to an OB/GYN appointment and I had my pap smear and I was just talking to her about different things. And then she's like, I think that you just had a cyst burst, which would explain certain things. And so then, you know, she sent me to get an ultrasound, and then of course it's on a Friday, you have to wait till Monday. I got all my hormonal testing. So just remember last time I was telling you about like my hair and I'm 35 and all these different things and just things that I was kind of concerned about. And basically my hormonal testing ended up being like right after my period, so everything was like at the most chill that it could be. Fortunately, I don't have any cysts, I don't have any fibroids or anything like that. I personally think that I did just have one burst because like I had to pee like all the time, and now I don't. Like to the point where she thought like I had possibly like a UTI, but again, like I think I had my I think it burst, and I think it was totally fine, which is not uncommon in my family. My family has a history of ovarian cancer, breast cancer, uterine cancer. My mom died of multiple myeloma. I don't have the cancer gene, thank God. So, you know, there was just like, okay, here it is. I'm 35 and I'm just gonna have to deal with some of these things early. But no, everything came back clear, but still, I mean, that takes like a heavy toll on you. And it just brings back a lot of memories, like a lot of memories. It doesn't matter how much healing you do. I mean, some things just kind of like bring you back, or, you know, things that you thought that you processed, but you really didn't process, knowing what you know now as an adult from things that you experienced and didn't understand as a child. So there you go. So that's where I was for a while. But fortunately everything is all good. However, I'm just gonna be kind of frank and open with you. I have a copper IUD, and I had it taken out for a while and then I got it put back in, and since I had it put back in, I just don't think it's agreeing with my body, to be honest with you. I don't think my body likes it. And so, you know, there's just, you go back and forth about decisions on that, like, you know, different forms of just natural birth control, because this is obviously not agreeing with you. And then also because of my hormones and stuff, like I have high testosterone for sure. Like I've never not known that I didn't have high testosterone, but it was never confirmed via blood testing and hormonal testing. So, you know, so how do I control my hormones better without taking pill birth control? Because I won't do that. The copper IUD I've had for years, because it's the only non-hormonal birth control. So I refuse to take any other birth control than that. So if the copper IUD isn't going to work out for me either, then we'll have to figure out natural ways, which there's plenty of. But yeah, so I've started an elimination diet. So right now I'm just on meat and dairy is all that I'm eating right now. And I can already tell you that some of my symptoms have already been relieved after a week and a half of being on this diet. So yeah, it's some people would refer to as what you may have called like high fat carnivore. I'm not reaching for keto. I'm not reaching for ketosis. If I slim down, that's cool, but it's for me, it's just figuring out what's triggering my hormones. And I knew that sugar was a trigger for me, like in a negative way to my body, but I just love baking and I love all the baked treats. And so I would eat it, and every time I would know, oh, this isn't gonna be good. So anyway, just figuring all of those things out. So yeah, so I'm not eating carbs, I'm not eating bread, and I'm not eating sugar. And when I do eat bread again, because I'm going for the whole month of May, I'm not having any alcohol, anything like that, just meat and dairy. And when I do, I'll be eating sourdough bread. That's what I will bring back into my diet. If there's something that I want, then it has to be my own made sourdough. I'm not gonna go as far as like I have to mill my own grains, not yet anyway, but that's where I'm at. Let's see. So yeah, so there was that, but we've had a lot of fun. So today is May 6th. This is not fun. I feel like all of Oklahoma is preparing for like tornado get-in, right? Like there is this setup where, I don't know if y'all watch Ryan Hall, but like Ryan Hall, y'all, he is excellent on YouTube, and you can get push notifications on X from him. And he is an excellent source of information, and he does lives when there's high tornadic weather or severe weather of any kind, hurricanes, that kind of a thing. And he has been such a crucial resource for us where we live. But he said a couple days ago, like the way that the pressure systems were setting up, like this is going to be gnarly. And sure enough, it's going to be gnarly. So the storm systems that we're seeing today throughout Oklahoma is like what he said people would experience only like a handful of times in a person's lifetime, right? So like 5 times or less, right, in a person's lifetime. Grapefruit size hail, that kind of a thing. But we don't live in the area, in the pink area. We live off to the right a bit of it, but you know, things shift. So we've prepared the best that we can. And unfortunately for us, our big time to watch is between midnight and 4 a.m. So we have a storm shelter, and we are prepared, and be prepared, not scared. And we have a storm shelter right here. So that's all that you can ask for. And you just have to, like where we live in like kind of like a little bowl. And typically we don't get hit, like we'll get hit with bursts or microbursts, and it's usually the storm systems that we don't think are gonna be that effective that end up taking something out, or we get fallen tree limbs from. So I don't know. But yeah, so that's what's happening today. And with that, I don't know if I'll be able to do any special editing in today's video. I would like to do inserts of videos, but I don't know if I will be able to, if I'll just have to record and get back up. Today's video also has quite a bit of a catch up at the beginning, so bear with me. Let's see. You know, another thing is that we are doing homeschool. So we are ending 5th grade and 1st grade. And we're just trying to get through it so we can be kind of done and then kind of take the summer off. But we'll keep doing the sciences. When you homeschool, like school never stops, right? But like, you know, the math course will end and the English course will end and those kinds of things. And that'll be nice. So we can just, like we ad-lib anyway, but we'll be more ad-lib and just more just creative learning and a lot more art, which I'm really looking forward to. Something that we did do a week and a half ago is our family did a 5K run, which was it was a unicorn color run, and it was specific for the McKenna something foundation. Anyway, it was for a foundation for a little girl who had passed away, and the family set up this foundation in her name, and the unicorn fun run was to set up to raise funds. So that was a really fun thing. It was a really cool, it was in our in our main street in downtown, and it was really cool to go see your community come together. Like we recognized so many faces, and we had friends that were there that really it was because of a friend of mine that encouraged me to do it. And then Jason said, I'll do the 1 mile run with Jules, our then 6-year-old, who's now 7. And I ran the 5K with Fiona, and it was so much fun. And I thought I'd hate it. And I loved it. And so actually I can't wait to do another one. And I actually would love to try to do a mud run, or like I could see myself getting into like gladiator kind of things. Just like there's an adrenaline rush that came with it that was so much fun. And I always, you know, I think you can tell like I like to push myself to see like how far I can go, and so that's really fun. And my kids are older, and so being able to go run independently is nice. And so I really, really liked it. And never in my life would I have thought that I enjoyed it. And it wasn't very hot, which was also very helpful. But seriously, like when I was young, I was such an adrenaline junkie. Like I loved roller coasters. I loved going to like punk rock shows, metal shows, all that. Like that was always just such a rush to be near the pit, in the pit, up front, that kind of a thing. And, you know, I live a pretty simple life now, which is rad. But knowing like this is a healthy source of adrenaline, you know, and it's good. It helps me sweat out whatever hormones I need to get out of my system from whatever seed oils I might have eaten the day before, because I'm also learning those affect me quite a bit in not a great way. So I know I sound like a hippie crunchy mom, but it's absolutely the truth. I mean, you've got to kind of figure out like what goes good for your body and figure out what just isn't working. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. Anyway, so that was super fun. May 2nd was Jules's 7th birthday, so we went to Tulsa. We went to the Tulsa Zoo. We went and saw her animals, and then she wanted to eat roast duck, so we went to Pan Asia, which is like this huge Asian market. And they have a restaurant in there to where you can get food, and then you can also get dessert. So we got her roast duck. She got half a duck, and she absolutely loved it. And she we had said like we're gonna do a simple dinner. We'll crock pot some beef for when we get home, because she likes that anyway. And she's like, oh, don't worry, Mom, I'm gonna eat my leftover duck. And sure enough, she did. And then she had an ice cream pie. She made like an ice cream cake with all of her favorite candies in there. And then so that was she had a great birthday. Then see, Friday, I don't remember what we did. We did something fun. And then Saturday was the Armed Forces Parade in town, which is basically like they celebrated all the armed forces, so that was awesome. And then later that day, we had the Major League Fishing tournament for the Bass Pro Tour at Lake Eufaula. So we went up there and we watched that. There was a watch party in Lake Eufaula, so we went and we did the watch party. We were there for the whole thing. And then the kids had a kids fishing derby from 1:30 to 3, so they did that. Jules caught a drumfish, a largemouth bass, and a catfish. Fiona caught what she says is the world's smallest sunfish. And then because we stayed and watched for the whole thing, and the watch party and the oh, my husband's calling. The thing for the watch party. All right, I'm sorry, I got distracted because he was calling. Anyway, we stayed for the whole thing. And so then they ended up getting free fishing poles. And they were nice poles, like $60 fishing poles and like rods and reels. It was awesome. So that was amazing. And so we also found out that you can do like Major League Fishing. Like you don't have to be part of, you can do competitive fishing in high school. So you don't have to be part of like a regular high school to be part of a fishing team, to be a part of some of the things like, I don't know, around here in Oklahoma, like they have fishing teams, or they have competitive fishing. And as long as you have 2 kids and a boat, they can sign up for these events and they can do competitive fishing. And so I butted myself into a conversation, and I was like, oh, so you can do that in homeschool? And the guy was like, no, actually, like there are people that homeschool their kids just to be able to do this competitive fishing, because then they go on, they get scholarships for universities, and then from there they can make nationals, and the dream is to make the Major League Fishing, right? So that was cool. Let's see, a lot of fishing, a lot of exploring. Oh, we had a chicken who hatched chicks naturally on the property, and she must have laid those eggs within the week that we got rid of our rooster, right? And so, yeah, and apparently we have 5 acres, and apparently 5 acres isn't enough. Our ducks are across the street, and we've seen our chicken and chicks go up because it's higher ground up across the street, and so we're thinking they're going up to higher ground over there. Anyway, 5 acres, who would have known? Let's see, what else? Oh, I have continued reading 1917. something, it's about Woodrow Wilson and Lenin. So that's interesting. I've got like 3 hours left in my audiobook. And then I started to read a new book by John Scalzi, which is, it's okay. It's okay. Let's see. Okay, so we are 15 minutes in. So let's talk about cross stitch. So cross stitch, I did the Brenda Gervais swap and I finished my piece and I sent it out and my recipient seemed very happy with hers. So this is what I stitched. And she got hers, and it is Where the Bittersweet Blooms by Brenda Gervais. And it came out great. She seemed to really like it, so I was happy to be able to finish that. And I finished that into a pillow and sent her a box with some goodies. And I was showered with a gift by my partner, Miss Amanda Davis. And she just sent me the best package ever. And sorry, Amanda, that I'm so late to making this Flosstube, but you did an impeccable job, and I am so thrilled. Thank you so much. Look at how beautiful this is. I gotta be honest, I wanted this so much in my collection, but I didn't want to stitch it. So I'm so thrilled, Amanda, thank you. I love these. And what's funny is I think that she stitched hers on the same type of fabric that I did. And look at her back, it's so pretty. I love her backing fabric and her beautiful bow. I love this. I love it when people do that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And it is just incredible. She did such a wonderful, wonderful job. Just an impeccable job. Perfectly stuffed in every way. So thank you so much. It's so gorgeous. And then Amanda also sent me, I kept everything in the box because I wanted to show it to you. Let's see. Oh, she sent me a beautiful little package of goodies. I did not have this, so thank you so much. I am so thrilled. Thank you for my little package. And she made me these beautiful strawberries, which I have never had or seen these in real life, actually. So she did such a beautiful job. She made me this beautiful strawberry, so you can see Oklahoma. I'm going to treasure these for the rest of my life. And she put little beans, whatever these are, in the bottom, so they're weighted. How awesome is that? I think I want to start doing that to some of my crochet animals, is adding like the little beads up, like you know, the weighted beads at the bottom. So thank you so much, Amanda. Such gorgeous work. And that wasn't all. What else is it's been a little bit, so I forget. Oh yeah, she sent me this, so I'll put this out on my Americana display, because I got to put out the rest of my Americana. Now that I'm showing this to you, I can she sent me fabric. Gorgeous fabric. Moda fabric. I'm spoiled. Thank you. And then I put that I love coffee. And so she sent me a Starbucks cup, and she sent me local coffee to her in Iowa, which it's just such a treat. I can't wait to drink this with my husband, Jason. We're gonna make it over a French press and really enjoy the flavor. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amanda. Just so thankful. Put that there. It was just so incredibly kind of you. And thank you to Holly, Mrs. Jones Stitches, for putting that whole thing together. That was really cool. Thank you for doing that. Because you do that out of the kindness of your heart. You don't have to do that, so thank you. So yeah, I did that. Another thing that I did was I released Sawtooth Stars and Stripes. This is a paid for pattern through my Etsy shop, briannalentshop.etsy.com. And yeah, so this is one that I've had on my mind for a while, and it only takes 4 colors, and it's Sawtooth Stars and Stripes. And I finished it with that Lady Dots velveteen that I talked about last time that I hauled from the Silver Needle. And it's really simple. So these are called Sawtooth Quilt Stars. So I just called it Sawtooth Stars and Stripes. And so there's 13 stripes total. And there are 4 stars because it made sense. And so you have 2 spaces in between. And then on the pattern, there's 3 spaces in between here, just so that way everything fit magically together. So yeah. So this is a really quick stitch. If you were looking for some patriotic stitching, then check out Sawtooth Stars and Stripes in my Etsy shop. So I hope you guys like that. And if you do make it, tag me on social media so I can see it, and I'll repost it. So I'm coming back to Instagram. Another thing, just some previous finishes, is I designed and embroidered these pillows quite a few years ago, and so this is just simple embroidery patterns that you can also buy in my Etsy shop if you like to embroider or just want a quick big finish. You can also finish these like Priscilla's finishes on a mat board, but I chose to do these in pillows and I love them. They're just on simple muslin and filled with polyfill and then whip stitched on the bottom. So you have, I think, like Freedom Jar and then USA House on a Hill or something like that, I think. So super cute, super fun. I've had a couple people stitch those, so thank you to those of you. In the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be coming out with a video where I show how to make these. So I'm going to show you how to make a prim patriotic flag pillow. So that's something that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be coming out with some patriotic things. I made this a couple of years ago, and so this is something that you can make really inexpensively, and you can make in big sizes or small sizes. If you do craft fairs or anything like that, this is a really fast and easy thing to make. And I have sold these, I've gifted these, and this is one of my favorite things. I have this out all year long. And another thing that I've done is I made like the same idea, because it's like stars and stripes, but I made it into a project bag. And there's another one where I took this embroidery pattern and I made it small and I made it into a project bag and I gifted it to my mother-in-law. And then this is just another where it's like my version of just like a abstract stars and stripes. So it's one of my patriotic bags. And yeah, I've got a patriotic whip in here right now. So yeah, so if that's something that you're interested in seeing, then keep your eye out for that. I've got a couple of patriotic videos coming out. I also will be coming out with my 50 patriotic cross stitch patterns, and I'm just gonna continue making those and going out with those every Wednesday until I run out of them, because I think there's just gonna be so many. When I did my spring cross stitch patterns video, I said I was gonna do a part 2, and then it just never happened, and that's because I took too much time in between and I never got back to it, and then it was like spring wasn't relevant anymore to me, and so I just didn't want to do it. So I'm just gonna continue making the patriotic videos, the cross stitch pattern videos, until I run out. So I'll just do them back to back to back, and then I'll release them every Wednesday until I say I'm tired of it. So I'm thinking that I'll be able to get at least 2 out. So I'll definitely be able to get 1 out. Depending on the storm, Wednesday, maybe. We'll have to see how that goes. But you'll see when I upload it. Let's see. Another thing that I did is I worked on my Cricut Collection Eggs whip. And I got another letter done. And that's all that I did. I've been working on another project where it's a cross stitch and crochet project, and I can't share that until it's all done, but that's been taking a good chunk of my time this last week. But I did another G, so I've got E, G, G, and so the next time you see me on Flosstube, I'll have it finished. But another beautiful chicken. I've got to do the finishing work for the eyeballs, but yeah, just super basic, and I love it. Super simple too. So I basically, like, when I make a floss tube, I've got to do one of the letters, and so now I've got to do another letter, and then I'll be finished and do the back stitching on it. And then another project that I've been working on that I got to get back to and finish, which I wanted to have finish before I saw you, but did not happen, is The Land of Liberty by Brenda Gervais. And this is stitched on 1/2. Yeah, 1/2 on 40 count. And I did the L and I started on Sam. I'm almost done with Uncle Sam. So the L and Uncle Sam is all brand new. So I really don't have much left to do. I just have to be in the mood to stitch on 40 count for that. So yeah. So yeah, so hopefully if you have subscribed to my newsletter, oh yeah, this is the other big thing. If you have subscribed to my newsletter, I hope that you received it or that you opened it. I haven't looked to see how many people opened it. But you did get a new free pattern. I'm trying to find... you would have gotten, it says patriotic, but I changed it to red, white, and blue popsicles. So if you have subscribed to my newsletter, May 1st, you would have gotten this in your inbox. I haven't received anything or heard from anybody, so hopefully everybody got it. And if you are starting to stitch it, please let me know down below. And if you did not receive this in my newsletter, you can also purchase this in my Etsy shop at briannalensshop.etsy.com. I think it's really cute. I think it's super cute, super modern, and super fun. So I really like it. So yeah, so this is also for sale. Another patriotic piece. So yeah, so we've had, you know, just a lot of good times, but just a bunch of stuff. I closed my notes. I wrote like comprehensive notes this time around. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so we finished homeschool today, but I have to do some more chores. I have to get some more things done. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and upload this as it is. And I'll see you guys. I think I'm gonna do Flosstubes about once a month now. I don't think I have enough to show every 2 weeks right now. And plus I wanna pivot and do other crafts and focus more on some other crafts. I feel like when I'm doing it every week or 2 weeks, like I just feel like there's so much pressure that I have to cross stitch. And I'm not doing some of these other things that I'd like to be doing or uploading to my channel. So I'm just, you know, I'll see you guys in June. As far as Flosstube, you'll see me in other videos and stuff. I'll have a bunch of stuff that I want to do. And so just uploading once a month will give me the freedom to do some of these other things that I think you will enjoy. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, you'll just see a bunch of cool stuff coming up, and you look out for those 50 patriotic cross stitch patterns videos, so those will be coming up amongst some other ones. We'll see how many I can get done. And I'm actually really looking forward to making those because patriotic 4th of July is my favorite holiday, so I'm looking forward to it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in my next project in my next video. Bye.